Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
I want to hear absolutely all of it. How was the beginning of your week?
Well, honestly speaking, it wasn't fantastic. I woke up like at 7 p.m. after dealing with a migraine for the whole day.
Well, that's not very heroic at all. Were you able to get any training in?
No, not at all. You know how it is with the migraines. The body shuts down, and all I can do is just sleep and pray that it goes away at some point. It's almost poetic that this is how the week starts. Almost like the marathon was gonna be a battle in the head as much as it was gonna be a battle in the body. And I can tell you that Monday was definitely a battle in my cabeza.
And what about Tuesday? Was that any better?
Yeah, things finally, get in motion. The usual. I had work, I had a lot of meetings, I had to go to school, and I did the first training of the week, which was a 5K.
What was going through your mind at this point?
Nothing much. I would say like pretty chill in general. I was pushing it way harder than I probably should have with the training. When you get to the end of the training plan, you are supposed to like bring the speed and the volume down. And instead of doing that, I was like going faster because, I was excited about the marathon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Y a mí, honestamente, a mí no me parece funny que pase ahora, porque la necesidad siempre ha sido como el motor de la creatividad. So, en un momento de necesidad, lo que hay que buscar es solución a los problemas. That's what we're doing.
At least Wednesday was a little bit more interesting than Tuesday. I had a couple of things to do, and I actually got to record that process all. Let me just show you instead of telling you.
Up, then that's what you get. So I would discourage you this close to start trying new things now.
I had a meeting to go to during my lunch break. I had to get some supplies for the race, like the gels and the belt that I was gonna use to put them in. And after that was pretty much it for the day. So estábamos prácticamente set ya. Está todo mío, seguimos hablando.
Entonces sería que pizza, tú dices. Compramos un par de
yo
pizza,
yo estaría contento con una pisita, ¿verdad? Yo creo que como lo más fácil para hacer carb load, pizza, pasta o arroz, es lo que yo me imagino.
Sí, yo casi siempre lo he hecho con o pasta o pizza. Me da igual, cualquier lado.
Está bien, lo hacemos con pizza. Bueno, pues ya tú sabes. Dale, bro. Que vaya bien. I did get my second training in. It was another 5K, but that was it.
Yeah, sure, but like, come on, you gotta give me a little bit more than that. Like, how are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you happy, nervous? What's on your mind?
Being completely honest, by this point, I'm really not feeling nervous. I'm not even like particularly excited. It just felt like a preparation day. And Thursday goes back to being uneventful. At this point, the plan is going to force me to rest. There's no running supposed to be happening at this point. But I did go to the mall to try and buy new AirPods because mine were pretty bad. They couldn't take a whole marathon and I need the music to run. So I went ahead and did that. Friday after work, I went to get my fresh fade, which is no longer fresh, but I had to look good for the race. I truly believe look good, feel good. So I went and got a little bit of a haircut.
Eso de este domingo, ¿no? ¿Qué hora es?
Como a las 7 empiezo.
A las 7 de la mañana. No, pues tú no vas a perder.
No.
¿Hasta qué hora?
A mí me va a tomar como 5 horas, pero ojalá un poquito más.
You said close to 5 hours. What is that supposed to mean in the context of a marathon? Is that fast, slow, normal? I think that's pretty conservative. Usually, like 5 and under is what people tend to consider good for a first timer. And that's why I got the number. Like under 5, whatever I get under 5, like I'm comfortable with that. And when you were talking to Diego, were you convinced that you were going to be able to do it in that time? I suppose that you trained with that goal in mind, didn't you? Ups and downs. I think that I had many trainings in which I felt like strong for that goal. I was even like starting to consider going under 5, like a little bit under 5. And then towards the end of the training, after a couple of situations that I had in terms of like having to travel and things like that, the training began to be a little bit more complicated. And I lost a few days of training. So after those moments, I was kind of like doubting if I was going to be able to get the sub 5. Saturday brings a lot of driving. It was probably like 120 miles going up to Poughkeepsie and down again for us to go get the race bibs and the racing package.
There's so many bugs in this cage, so many traps in this space, likely to trip on my face.
I'm sure it must be feeling real by now, like you are at the race side one day before the race. So what's going on with that? Yeah, for sure. I'd say that at this point, it's already like starting to settle. You already feel the emotions, you see the people, you see the side. We got to see the bridge that we were going to be running on. So definitely by this point, it's already like settling in and it's, the excitement is beginning to grow. But if I'm honest, this wasn't even the coolest part about Saturday. So what was it then?
Bueno, no. Hay un grupo de millas que se ven de lado a lado, digamos. Creo.
Es exactamente en la misma calle. So, la milla 13, la milla 1 es la misma milla que la milla 26. So, si ellos están al principio, nos van en la 1 y en la 26.
Y que uno puede decir, sí, vamos caminando a la mía, pero ustedes van corriendo, van a llegar antes que nosotros. Vamos a hacer eso, que se puede ir en carro hasta menos un punto, hasta menos la mitad, para que cuando ustedes ya lleguen a la mitad, no vean los carros.
Quizás, maybe.
Puede ser.
Pueden investigar ahí, intentarlo. Van a tener tiempo.
Sí.
¿Quién van a tener?
En Color Vibe. ¿Tú sabes lo que es eso?
No, no está bien. No.
A veces encuentro las fotos para que ustedes vean cómo no voy a hacer en aquel tiempo.
Blog metal, directo.
Ojalá hubiese sido esto, pero no.
La video, no, como le dije a mi papá de eso, de que parecía un día.
Mira, literalmente la primera foto de nosotros.
Por esa foto voy a seguir maratón.
No parecen ustedes, pero
No,
ninguno de los
no
dos.
les parecen. Súper diferente.
Sí.
Menos de 5 cabros.
Y que no lo vuelvo a hacer.
Ya te lo rompí.
¿Tú lo corrías?
No.
Yo no lo corrí tanto.
No, yo no lo corrí.
Yo caminé y corrí. Porque eso es un maratón como para pasarlo bien. O sea,
Sí.
tú vas con pintura,
Oh, yeah.
con polvo.
O sea, como que en cada kilómetro, ¿verdad? En cada kilómetro tiran de que pintura
Sí,
y
todo el
cosas.
rato. Y después un
Pero
concierto.
que se hace que año nuevo o qué?
No, verano. Bueno, es que allá siempre verano, yo no
Sí,
sé.
es como una cocha grande,
En
así.
algún momento.
Ellos hacen ese maratón.
Y ahí se conocieron ustedes entonces.
No, sino que nos vimos
Sí, una de las
como la segunda.
de las
porque-
primeras veces que nos vimos en persona, porque lo conocimos en línea.
Exacto.
¿Verdad que se conocieron online? Yo, el que pana, sí, Juanchi 0025.
Guachito RD.
Escuchemos esto que me mandó mi mamá.
Hola hijo, buenas noches, Dios te bendiga, mi amor, ¿cómo estás? Espero que muy bien. Y nada, yo sé que mañana tú tienes tu maratón. Espero en Dios que todo vaya bien, que lo puedas concluir.
Amén.
Cuida tu salud, por favor. Ya tú sabes, te amo mucho. Un abrazo fuerte y que todo vaya bien. Dios te bendiga, mi amor.
Amén.
Cuida tu salud.
Ella me vio en el primer video que yo subí como del blog, que yo salía corriendo, así como quizás después del medio maratón, y yo me estaba moviendo,
¿qué tal?
y me llamó y me dice, te vi en un video muy cansado. Ella se preocupa así.
¿Qué está pasando
que
mismo?
no vea foto de mañana cuando llegue.
Sí. Que vea la salida, no la llegada. That's it. It's 9:49 p.m. and I'm about to go to sleep. The alarm is set for 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Good night. Hello. Good morning. It's 4 a.m. and I'm getting ready. 6 degrees outside. What's on your mind as you make that drive all the way up there?
I am not even gonna lie to you. There's absolutely nothing in my mind. I'm kind of like just, I don't know, maybe visualizing the race, focusing on what's in front of me, and trying to make it on time. And let me tell you about this. We made a stop because I wanted to go to the restroom. I don't know if you know, but usually when you run a marathon, you don't want to run it with more cargo than what you strictly need, if you know what I'm saying. And I also wanted to get an energy drink because I was feeling a little bit sluggish from the amount of sleep I got. Because of that stop and because we got a little loose with the time at which we left in the morning, we got to the racing site like just on time. So both Ari and I ended up having to leave the cars.
Niño,
¿Qué es lo que es mío?
¿por dónde vas? Vienes.
Yo estoy de que aquí, pero estoy en una línea de carro ahora mismo.
Ah, yo también.
Mira que ahora vamos a andar aquí.
Ustedes ya usaron un semáforo en la línea. Usaron el primer semáforo de la línea,
Pues yo,
de la fila
yo creo que no.
fila esta.
Es como que acabamos de coger el exit del highway, como quien dice.
Oh, ya. Sí. Entonces, tengo la inquietud de que qué tan lejos está la línea de starting line
Ya.
de donde nos parqueamos.
Según lo que yo leí en las instrucciones, hay uno de los dos parqueos que está a 0.9 millas y ese es el parqueo que está más lejos. Entonces, si todavía conseguimos parqueo aquí, estamos por debajo de 1 mile del starting line. En caso de tener que ir al otro, estamos a 1 milla, que ese podría ser nuestro calentamiento.
Nítido. Mira, en este primer semáforo hay un panita ahí que está como dando direcciones para saber. Sí. Déjame ver, ya está tu carro dando, vamos a ver qué dice. Sí.
Bueno, yo me voy a meter en el shoulder entonces y hacemos el cambio.
Right. ¿Quieres que vaya contigo?
Ready, lo hacemos así.
Repite esto, pero.
Dale el carro a Steffi.
Sí, ella es la que va manejando. Yo.
Ok, tú y yo nos bajamos aquí. Espérame en la esquina y ahí nos vamos.
Las dos.
Ok.
Déjame ver.
¿Qué se me queda? Ahora o nunca.
Algo como el celular, tú te lo llevas arriba.
Sí.
Ok, el celular.
¿Qué más?
Celsius te lo va a quitar ya. Alright. Ya, se supone que tú puedes ir con el bultico, ¿no?
I think so, sí.
And that's it. We went to the restroom once again. We lined up. We warmed up a little.
Se siente.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Se siente como que voy a correr un maratón, ¿sí? A romper, mío. A romper.
Game on. So, a couple of interesting developments on my one. I forgot the water. I had to go back to Rancho to get it. My watch didn't want to start the race. I lost my pacer because I had to go back. And before I even started running, my heart was at 161. Lydia. Way over where it should have. But well, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna go catch that pacer now. Did you get off to a good start? I just passed the half marathon return point. So from now, I just think I'm gonna put my head down and one foot in front of the other. That's actually the next video that I made after I recorded the first one of the line. I was trying to focus on getting my heart down and my breathing under control. And I had just arrived at the 6 mile mark, which is like the first 10K in. At this point, 32 kilometers to go, 20 miles. I'm going to guess that this is not the type of start that you were expecting for the race. I was completely shocked at the fact that my heart was 160 plus off the line. Like I wasn't even running yet. And I know that, like there are a lot of emotions at play. There's a lot of excitement. So obviously the heart is going to be pumping, but 162 is probably like 80% of my capacity and I wasn't even running yet. It was not going to be a good experience to run like this. And it showed. I'm approaching mile 10, almost halfway there, and I'm expecting to see Arionis anytime now. I'm in pain. I am barely on target pace, but we're still pushing. Do you remember what I said about the 5 hours? Well, if I was gonna be on target pace at the half marathon mark, I needed to be 2 hours and 30 minutes into the race. So at that point, I was barely making that mark. What I'm gathering is that you probably didn't feel super strong by now.
Water.
Thank you.
Water.
Looking strong.
Looking strong, she said. Cap. Would you say that video answered your question or no? And if it didn't, then let me just show you this one then. I'm so tired that even my camera I see blurry right now. We're the same. I see the same thing. I find it so funny that it looks like you're not moving at all, but I know that you're probably giving it all you have. What point of the race is that happening? This is like probably 11 miles in or something like that. And by this point, it had probably been like 2 miles since I told myself, oh, I'm hoping to see Ari soon. And I'm expecting to see Arionis anytime now. And after a while, it finally happened. Get it, Ari. Rompe mío. God with you. Well, that was the only thing that I was looking out to. And now I have to find it within myself to keep pushing. What do you mean my Apple Watch is dying? Oh, that's a big problem. Okay. And how significant is that? Like, do you get a boost or something from moments like this? Oh, yeah, like 100%. I feel like in something like a marathon, like the people around you and the energy around you is something so important. And it can straight up just give you energy to go for miles. And that's quite interesting because in this race in particular, I was going to be alone for a long time. And this is also the moment after which things started to go a little bit downhill for me, in a sense. I'm on mile 12. I just got the first cramp of the race and the first cramp of my training. Never happened before. I'm supposed to run a 10-minute mile if I want to get on time at the half point at exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's not looking good. It's interesting. You said that this was the first time that you cramped on the race, but also on the training as well. Why would you say that happened? I have no idea. I guess that things can always go sideways the day of the event, right? But at the same time, it was really a big surprise for me. I feel like I trained how I was supposed to train. I hydrated the way that I was supposed to hydrate. I had a meal the night before that was supposed to be a good meal in terms of energy. So I don't know. I do not know. In a more positive note though, this was very close to the moment at which I connected with the first group of people, like other than Ari, during the race. Hello! I found friends! I was already kind of like slowing down And I guess that at some point I had passed this group, but they were like catching up to me because I was already going a little bit slower, right? And I kind of like just jumped on the wave of energy that they were bringing to the table, because they're just like chatting and talking and having a good time and having fun. And I'm like, I have a girl passing on my right and somebody else passing on my left. And I'm like, I think that I'm gonna join you guys for a little bit. And I just started going with them. Being with them pretty much pushed me to the half marathon mark. We got together to the 13.1, and we also like stopped and refueled together at that point. And I didn't know it at the time, but these people were like the introduction for me to realize that something bigger than just myself was going on at this race. And do you guys usually do that? Like help people?
They do. This is my first time
Okay.
doing that. Yeah. It's a group called Achilles.
Oh.
And they meet. Like there's different chapters all around. There's a couple in New York. And so they meet in Central Park or Prospect Park every weekend. Like there's different groups.
Gotcha. What is that? What is she talking about? That was Kira, one of the two girls that passed me in that moment I just told you about. And she was telling me about how they're like a part of this foundation called Achilles. And they support people with some type of disability finishing their races. And in this case, they were helping this absolute legend called Asim. He is visually impaired and he finished his race in 5 hours and 10 minutes. I lost them close to mile 14 because of moments like this one right here. It is very frustrating that I'm walking right now. I'm going uphill and I can't lift my right leg, so I'm dragging it up. It's cramping really bad. Man, that sucks. What do you do in moments like that? You hydrate, you take a minute, and you push through the pain. I am on mile 14. My Apple Watch is dead, so I don't really know what's my pace. I lost my pacer at the beginning because I had to go back to get my bottle of water. I made it to the half marathon mark 1 minute under my target pace. I cramped on both legs for the first time in mile 12. Never happened during training. And my heart was 162 off the line before I even started running. None of that should be the case, to be honest. This is when I kind of started to crash out a little bit already. I was feeling too tired. I was kind of like suffering a lot of pain. And I remember posting like a story to find some company, because I'm telling you, like I had been alone for quite some time now. This was probably like 3 miles after I lost the other group of people. I just reached mile 16. I'm doubting every single inch of myself right now in terms of being capable of doing 10 more of those. Even the squirrels are faster than me right now. They're getting to the finish line before me. Jesus Christ. I'm at 17. I feel like it took an hour to go from 16 to 17. I feel like I've been able to share with so many people about the idea of a lot of small, consistent efforts being way better than inconsistent booms. Yet I find myself failing at doing that right now. I try to blast off and gain on the lost time, and I'm paying for it with pain. Wait. What makes you say that? What were you doing? Well, look, the thing is that by this point of the race, the idea of finishing under 5 was already impossible. Like I'm cramping at every single mile. I'm out of breath. In my head, I'm about to hit the wall if I'm not already against the wall. And I can see that clearly now. But in the moment, I was still trying to push as hard as I could, as I think you probably should, right, in some sense. But the problem is that since I knew that those things were slowing me down, I was trying to like overcompensate. And in that process of overcompensating, I was over tiring myself instead of actually having any type of gain in terms of time or speed. I was frustrated and not being very disciplined. It just kept making things even worse. I feel like I need to humble myself. Wouldn't you say that humbling yourself is like too much of a strong expression for somebody that's doing something very hard and doing their best? I guess that I could see that, but at the same time, I knew that if I kept just like beating myself, it was gonna be very easy for me to lose sight of the other things that were happening around me that, as I said before, I think that some of them were just greater than just finishing a race. I'm at mile 18. I'm completely alone. I truly do not understand. It's mile 19. I'm extremely frustrated. I am extremely disappointed in myself. Was there something else that kind of like got you out of that ugly headspace that you were in? Oh man, there was. Believe me, there was. There was this person like running in front of me, walking, just like I was. And he had been there for a while because we were moving at very similar speeds, right? So I remember making the effort to get closer to him. Like, let me see what I can do to approach this person. I want to start a conversation and see if we can get something out of this or just like run together for a little bit. Brother, what's your name? Daniel, yours? Daniel? ¿Qué es Daniel también? ¿Cómo vas?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Igual, bro.
Mierda, es mi primera maratón, ¿y tú? Igual. Pero nos metimos con mi novia, no entrenamos lo suficiente. Sí. Pero aquí estamos.
We just ended up praying for each other and kind of like pushing each other through the challenge.
¿Te parece que yo oro por nosotros? Sí, por favor. Gracias, Señor, porque tú nos has dado la oportunidad de estar aquí. Gracias, Señor, porque tú nos das la fuerza para la carrera.
Doing whatever we could to motivate each other and just doing the best that we could do in the moment.
Sigue siendo un gran logro pasar esa meta. En nombre de Jesús.
And just like that, I feel like God decided to turn things around for me in a sense. I think that for the first time in almost 20 miles, I was thinking of something else other than just myself and my own plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me try to not make it about myself just for a little bit and see what comes out of there. And you want to know what Daniel told me? What is it? He was not running alone. He was running with his girlfriend, and those two apparently only trained 5 times for the entire like training process that they had for the marathon. And I had trained 58 times throughout the 16 weeks that I took out of my life to prepare for the race. And we were running together, and like we were moving at the same pace, and we were both, all 3 of us, we were as beat up as the next one. And when I tell you that I didn't get, like, I do not understand. I don't understand. I didn't understand the position that I was in. Like, I really mean it. I guess it didn't make sense to me, but it was making sense to God in some type of way. The truth is that I stopped caring a little bit after that about how fast or slow I was going. How you guys feeling? I feel you, brother. I died on 12. And I started to care a little bit more about what was happening around me. The good thing is, if we all make it at the same time, none of us is last. So at least we take that home.
Join.
We end up forming a group of like 7 people, you know, like the group of the slow ones. And we just like support each other through the rest of the race. This is when James and Madden came into the mix.
What are your names? Marvin? Nice meeting you guys. Jeremy.
Daniel, guys, nice to meet you.
That's so cool, bro. That's insane. What happened after? We just pushed with every single little drop of energy that we had left.
Get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the big shoes, check out the crease.
Are we at 23 or 24?
Just a 5K left? I'm pretty sure that you've done like 1,000 5Ks by now. But I can tell you that none as complicated, hard, horrible as that one. I was passing through a graveyard and I remember thinking like I should probably join you guys, like with all due respect to you already using the space, like I may just stay with you right here, right now.
It's less. It's okay, no?
I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Cause once I do it big, what's the follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less.
And then we make it to the bridge. And I don't know if you remember me saying before that this was the pedestrian bridge, like the longest pedestrian bridge in the nation. And I can tell you that everything about me recognizes that that was the longest pedestrian bridge ever. But eventually, we make it. We end up getting there.
Este el quinto, pero se sintió como el primero.
And all of this really makes me think about the reason why I build things. You know, it makes me think about my own relationship with failure. It makes me think of the fact that under Jeremy and everything that he represents, there's a little kid that doesn't like to disappoint. It makes me wrestle with the idea of not being good enough and producing positive excuses to feel better about myself and not achieving what I set out to achieve. But ultimately, all of that has to bow down to the idea of this life being bigger than myself. To the idea of all of us being in this race together with the intention of making it far and not making it fast. And that if I was put there to lift somebody up, to inspire someone, or to point them in the right direction, to me, that's already more valuable than 5 hours. And I think that's where all of this leads me to. I was setting the wrong thing as my goal. Because what I want to do is to inspire people. What I want to do is to change people. I want to motivate them. I want to lift them up. I want to get them closer to God. And now I understand why I had to fail so horribly at what I had set out to be my goal. Because if I had achieved that, I wouldn't be sitting here with this understanding. And I was gonna miss out on the real prize of this race.